And one other killed in robbery attack at Wale Wale. NEDCO probes 3,000 illegal meters in Sunya. Bawumia unveils campaign team today. NDC Fifi Kwete under fire. AU Summit. Nana calls for single mobile platform to arrest two arrested over Momo vendor's murder. The New Crusading Guide, Deputy Finance Minister John Kumar writes, Ghana's future secured with NPP and Dr. Bawumia. Mahama unprepared to lead in 2025. Bawumia is Asenso Boache. Okay, Bawumia is Asenso Boache declares. Ghana Post to distribute 1 million chocolates. Ken Oforiatta writes, heartfelt letter of gratitude to Ministry of Finance staff. Railway metals up for sale. Equiapem South MC fingered in operation. I mean, how? Railway metals up for sale. Equiapem South MC fingered in operation. 38 elected assembly members, government appointees sworn in at Asante Achem Central Municipal. And that's for the New Crusading Guide. Let's go to the Inside newspaper. Ablakwa blows alarm over 83 million Ghana cedis road contracts linked to Bawumia's. Cocoa shortages hit Ghana hard. Companies forced to shut down top processors. Fight against neocolonialism. SA car teams attend big event in Russia. Your reshuffle signals failure, incompetence. Tain tells Akufo-Addo. The Herald. Ghana's $12 million blown on a Japan royalties due traced to ... Well, I think it has to do with the revelation Ablakwa did on the show last Friday. KPMG submits SML audit report to Akufo-Addo this week. Obuasi MP confirms rejecting injury time ministerial job. The Informer. EC must lift veil over party financiers. GII yells. Anti-LGBTQ plus bill thread cautiously. Afenyomakin raises red flag. Close education funding gap. Akufo-Addo urges Africa. GJA how Akumsin smoke peace pipe. The Inquisitor. Dangerous times, drugs and guns on the streets. SML sues Fourth Estate, Manasseh. Damongo NPP claims Abu man of action, Jinapo. Okay, Damongo NPP claims Abu man of action, Jinapo. Opong Fosu falls NPP leadership for economic mess. The top right corner, anti-gay bill. Afenyomakin urges media scrutiny. The Daily Statesman. Jinapo takes on NDC over 24-hour economy. Operationalization of African humanitarian agency. The Daily Searchlight. TOR board chair resigns in dramatic letter to President. AGI challenges Dr. Bawumia to provide details to digitalization vision. Ministerial reshuffle adds zero value to economy. Franklin Kujo. APD 2024 compact. Akufo-Addo pushes for Africa-wide mobile interoperability system at AU Summit. Ghana's future secured with NPP and Dr. Bawumia, John Kumar. Damongo secured for NPP. Abu Jinapo declares at his acclamation. Ghanaian publisher. Framer charges Defense College. Equip students to sustain Ghana's peace. Mahama is a disgrace to Northerners, not Bawumia. Akumia replies Fifi Kwete. This war is not ending soon. Huh? Savannah region will be a true battleground for 2024. the transformative legacy of Opon Nkrumah at Information Ministry. GJA praises Hal Kumsin. The new finder. Adopt Africa-wide mobile interoperability. Akufo-Addo rallies Africa heads of state. Government releases 150 million Ghana cedis for road maintenance. Prosperity, peace, and security inseparable. Chief of Staff. Senior Hosi advocates clear strategic policy framework for maritime governance in Africa. Daily Post, NPP communicators ordered to attack Mahama's 24-hour economy policy because it's a game changer and Ghanaians have bought into it. Some flyers with fake statements posted on social media by NPP communicators in vain attempts to discredit Mahama's 24-hour economy. And we have some of the fake flyers or indicated fake flyers. Loan growth decreased by 54.9%. Prioritize cheaper fund for private sector to stimulate economy. Government advised. Prioritize cheaper funds for private sector to stimulate economy. Government advised. Public expectations of new finance minister low. I think I'm beginning to observe that, and I mean, Anta will have to do a lot of work on that. Maybe you have just a few months. 8 months to 9 months to prove yourself. Anyway, that's what we have for you for the headlines. Let's take a breather. We'll be back shortly.
So many styles to choose.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
The Pacho Bantama.
Machasi.
That's a cycle.
It's her smile, the fresh breath.
Me Jidisa we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Samikai.
Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. Cal 360 did the way. Its cool mint gives me fresh breath and your coffee.
Happy Smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Ebri and Ekropon. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Ekropon right after the Latte Junction, or in Ebri near the Ebri Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
and Kim Elevators PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front 2 with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet.
Vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Terms and conditions apply. Betway. Get way more.
The biggest car center in Ghana, offering unparalleled round-the-clock service in autos and accessories. Nadam Autofix is the biggest distributors of used tires in Ghana, offering first-grade second-hand car tires of all rim sizes at both wholesale and retail prices. We are also the leading name in car sensor diagnostics, corrections and sales of car accessories. We excel in car washing and detailing with state-of-the-art steam engine washing machines that keep water away from your engine, ensuring a clean, healthy and responsive engine. Nadam Autofix, the first name in servicing, car accessories and car washing. Visit us today and experience the world of class difference. Find us today at Asoridaho, directly opposite Dansoman KFC and the Shell filling station. For more details, you can call us on
Customer.
Mitra 10 Ghana.
10 Ghana.
10 Ghana cities.
No, dear, send out Benya.
10 Ghana cities, no. Media. 54,000 Ghana cities.
54,000.
540 million.
Yeah, the one who make me is Kase.
Yeah. And then I get it's now way. Now I book it. Draw on assassin. Money, you go.
Customer, one of our daily lucky winners. Dial *946# to play now. Or you can also play online at www.gamepackgames.com. Game Park is regulated by the National Lottery Authority.
Mene kwaku owusu ajay pato abrasamadu katawire wo sobrobo mensa kwa problems ni ka ho memo wadwe nya o say e betena be kekansam e be ma otirimu aye ode de ehia be bo my Ghana ho nkomo ene e ba bedie ya bre obi aba no aba be kan de obi aba no aba be kan de ere de nya sa de be ni bio ya ni abere ya be kan se de sitie bia ama wate de se de sitie me kura de mi nanka de send the bluetooth bia ma Obroni be say no matter whose ox is God, you be can want them. You be dey free area no me no kopun say be bono ntia. Agene kasa on original 91.9 FM. Aha enyan safi.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is committed to ensuring the enhancement, resilience and sustainability of port infrastructure and maritime trade. Get to know which vessel is bringing your goods, how much duty you are required to pay, and how quickly you can clear your goods from the ports of Ghana. We ask the relevant questions and elicit responses from the appropriate authorities. We interact with you via our social media platforms and put your queries across to the expert. Iron Port shows this and every Sunday live on Metro TV at 5:30 p.m. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by and powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Iron Port, transparency in doing business and building nation.
As Vice President, I am like a driver's mate. But by the grace of God, if you make me the president, I will be in the driver's seat with constitutional. I will be in the driver's seat with constitutionally mandated authority to pursue my vision and my priorities. So what do I want to do in terms of vision and priorities and policies if you give me the opportunity by the grace of God to become president of the Republic of Ghana?
We always aspire for. But coming to the lecture, the question is it just another rhetoric or say a game changer? From my point of view, I would say it's just another rhetoric because let me just take you through the economic data before we even come to his own policies that he was outlining. If you look at the economic data to just a certain point in the lecture, I was just probably laughing in my head and wondering how the NDC is going to react because the NDC or the opposition, they should rather be putting out their economic figures to let Ghanaians know that Bawumia is massaging some of these figures because
You're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana, and I have my guest with me already. Nana Kuavle represents the NDC. She's a member of the National Communications team. Nana, welcome.
Thank you.
And Happy New Year. I haven't seen you this year, right?
No, you haven't.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Oh, the whole year.
Welcome. Yes, the whole year. She hasn't been on the show.
I've not been here.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Even myself, I guess.
Yes, you as well.
So, Annie, I'm happy to be here, and many, many happy returns. Yesterday was my first daughter's birthday. She was 20 years old. And so over the weekend, we were just having fun at home. I'm not really prepared for the show, but I will try. Yes, I will try and speak to the issues.
You will speak to the issues?
Of course I will, definitely. You know my track record. Just
as a member of the communication, in fact, the National Communications team, it's your responsibility to be prepared every day, every time.
Don't worry.
Anytime.
Annie, I will speak to the issues.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Hajia Rabi Salifu is also here. She's also the Deputy National Communications Director for NPP, and she's a member of the party as well. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And Happy New Year to you
Happy New Year. I like your yellow. It's really beautiful. And it is really saying a lot on the screen. Look at us there. That's so beautiful. Yeah.
I can say the year actually started a little rough for me, but
Yeah, talk about Ralph. I wish to actually share my sincere condolences to the families of and friends and all partners, because we are all stakeholders in the media space of Akeke. Have you heard of his death? Yeah, that's a very sad one. And then may his soul rest in peace. Yeah, may his soul rest
Last week it was quite difficult for me to stay afloat on social media because my wall, I didn't like my wall. I mean, the things that were coming on every single scroll.
You will see his picture. Yeah.
Everyone and people had different. I mean, there's one gentleman, a friend of mine's brother, also from the north. Oh, I can't remember the one who died. I can't remember his name, but I think I can get it later. He also passed, and a lot of people were wishing the condolences. I was wondering who this is. Moses Kadiru. Moses Kadiru's brother. So Moses Kadiru, I think he celebrated his birthday not too long, some months ago. And just last week, he reported that his brother died. Out of shock or nothing.
Annie, there is a lot of pressure in the system. A lot of pressure. The economy is not being managed.
Nanekia, stop this. Stop this. Stop this. Nanekia, stop this. Stop this. Stop this. We are having a conversation. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, somebody is dead. He's a colleague in the space. We are talking about it. It's not all the time you politicize the young ones dying. It's not all the time when we are talking you try to be partisan. It's not good. Don't play with people's emotions this morning. Look, what I was about to even say, I'm not cutting hair, is that you were asking a question on whether we have grown or maybe we weren't really noticing it. What I know is that the story of the coffin, you know, we Muslims, we normally keep our coffins in the mosque. When I was young, I would not go there. And I used not to even know anything about death. Today, I'm able to pick my phone, go and watch how they bath the dead, how they do janaiza, how they even bury. Look, I went for a Christian funeral. I had this very close Christian friend who lost their mom. And then I took the privilege of witnessing how some of the things are done. And then, look, Annie, I just realized that, look, growth comes. And when it comes, you can't do anything about it. And I think that's why we now know about these deaths and we are able to relate so close.
Annie,
yes,
I didn't finish what I wanted to say. Tell her.
Let her finish. I mean, you land, I'll let you speak.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I was only reacting because ideally, I even started this whole death thing. And if it is going to be taken overboard, I should check that as well, because this is a colleague that we all have worked with.
I'm just hoping that maybe we hadn't grown into the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and deaths were happening at that time, so we didn't know. So now we are around those ages and it's happening, and you are like, why?
We are probably getting
so
closer.
I wish that is the case.
I think so.
And it's not
just so. We are probably getting
today
so
we're
close.
also reporting a lot of cases about young people catching very strange diseases, which used to be diseases for the aged,
or even
but
the
now
rich.
Heart pressures,
or even
cancers,
the rich.
and diseases like that. I'm not sure, but some of the deaths that we recorded last week, some were Kadiru's brother, for example, was connected to accidents.
Yeah, mostly natural deaths. Some will even just sleep and will not wake up. Yeah.
Annie, what I was trying to say is that let us sometimes be realistic and truthful. What I'm saying is that there is so much pressure in the system.
That's
the suicide rate is high. BP is killing the youth. Rabbi, don't look at me. It is true.
Suicide.
See, I have a friend who committed suicide. She just drank Savlon. You know Savlon? And just died. Why? Because she's so burdened. She doesn't have money to pay fees. She doesn't have, the basic necessities. She's struggling. When this government came, they came to collapse so many jobs. The banking sector, they collapsed it. A lot of multinationals have folded up. When we were younger, you were saying that we didn't used to notice a lot of death because those days the economy was not this bad. Now the economy is terrible and people are suffering. We are unable to hear everybody's story, but I'm sure if this is a platform that you open phone lines, you will see that a lot of people will come through and tell you the reality on the ground. And so when we are losing our young ones, it's also up to the people in government to ensure that basic necessities, the people of this country receive it. And so what I'm trying to say is that the death we are seeing here and there is not only associated to illness, associated to accidents and all that. There are some deaths that are associated to the bad way the economy is being run, and that is the truth.
Well, that could be true, because the debt exchange program too. I honestly don't know how many grandfathers and grandmothers of mine who have lost their lives because of debt exchange program. So
yes.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, but you know, Annie, just like how honest you have been, ABC, which led her to do ABC, that would be very fantastic, and we would agree with you and even sympathize with you. But when you start with a mischievous tone, then it goes to even defeat the essence of what you are even saying after all. Yeah.
All right. So imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every single day. Sounds too good to be true, right? So, well, that's exactly what Momo Season is all about. So there's something for everyone. Download the Momo app on the Play Store or App Store and use the Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions, to the merchant or App Store and use the Momo Pay for your transactions, either through the QR code or the merchant ID, and stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis weekly. We also have some other amazing prizes for you, and our merchants are also not left out of the reward. Receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. There's lots and lots of prizes for everyone. Download the app on the Momo Merchant application.mtn.com.gh, Momo Merchant application.mtn.com.gh for the account, and then you can win these prizes. Terms and conditions applied. Now, Curl Kids toothpaste is also available, and it's also flavored with strawberry and gives a perfect taste for the children and makes them develop a personal attitude for brushing the teeth themselves always. I was home this weekend, and my two nephews, I was brushing my teeth at night. My two little nephews came to stand by me whilst I was brushing. All they did was go and pick their toothpaste, their toothbrushes, and also started brushing. I thought it was a very lovely influence on them. So I had to get them the Curl Kids strawberry, so that whenever I'm not even there, they will just feel like, you know, brushing their teeth. So that's it. Something good for Curl Kids toothpaste to provide for you. Remember, it's only for children between the ages of 2 and 6. 2, 6. When they get to 6, they can use the engine for all ages. So, Lift and Elevators is available to install within 3 days. A portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators in your home, in your private home, and marketplaces, wherever you want it, they will install it for you. Within 3 days, it's done. You call them, they are at Sakumono, Lifts and Elevators at Sakumono. Call them on 0200-535-515 or send them an email on elevators@gmail.com for consultations, okay? And then they will help you as well. Now, Amin Scientific says that who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. And Amin Scientific and Herbal Alternative Medical Hospital is also organizing a free health screening for you today. And also the general public. Just make sure that you are part of it before it ends. And this is a way of saying thank you to Ghanaians. They say, what's more rewarding than this? You don't want to miss it. Take a chance, as we're talking about, you know, sudden deaths that sometimes we don't know where it's coming from. Hepatitis B, and many more. Most of you have not even done your hepatitis shots. You've not taken your shots. And I'm told that after every 15 years, you can take again. So if you haven't taken your hepatitis shot, please go and take it. It's not curable. Hepatitis is not curable. So take a chance and go for the shots and protect yourself against the hepatitis B. Other diseases are also taken care of. It says that the medical screening is free, but patients with disease conditions will pay a token, just a token, for the treatment. So visit them near Dome, Snit Flats, or Klagonie, Ashaman, Underbridge, and all our other branches across the country. Call them on 020-722-9505 or 0244-227192 to book your appointment. Amin Scientific Alternative Medical Hospital says Allah Shafi. God is the healer, okay? And be grateful when you see the daylight and take care of yourself when you start moving about. All right. Let's come into the issues of the day. I just want to take this one briefly before we go to other issues that really hit me hard, maybe as a potential parent or as parents you want to be interested in it. GJA praises Hawa Kumsin. I want to raise this issue first. So the Ghana Journalists Association has acknowledged that Mavis Hawa Kumsin, the Member of Parliament for Owutu Senior Constituency, has demonstrated good faith in her cooperation on the assault case involving David Kobina, the morning show host of Cape Coast FM. Accordingly, the GJA has, in consultation with the media partners, lifted the media blackout previously imposed on Madam Kumsin. The association has urged all journalists and media houses to adhere to the decision and accord the Owutu Senior East MP, who is also the Minister for Fisheries and Agriculture Development, all the necessary courtesies. This decision was made after a meeting between the GJA and its partners on Thursday, February 15, 2024. Now, to reconsider the blackout placed on the MP. The blackout was initially imposed to seek justice for Mr. Kobina, who has demonstrated the fact that she is indeed an honorable member by redeeming her promise and her call to meeting with the GJA and collaborate with us to help to arrest the perpetrators of this attack, he stated. I'm reading from the custodian, all right, from the custodian. Just a quick one. Last 2 weeks, I think, we had an interaction with another member of parliament, Farouk Aliu Mahama, and for him as well, the GJA gave us that directive to black him out, you know, for allegedly assaulting a journalist. I know he sued the journalist for defaming him and all that, and that's still hanging today. So obviously, Hawa Kumsin is free. I remember last week one of my reporters in the newsroom came and asked for something. I think he was asking for clarity on something. They wanted to call Hawa Kumsin, and I said, the person has been blacked out. You want to call her for what? You can't call her because she's been blacked out. And once we are under GJA's umbrella, you cannot do anything about it. They say blackout. You follow the directive. So Hawa Kumsin, I think, has done the needful. Maybe Farouk may do the same. I mean, already he's denying. Is that what you think or what you are proposing? I hope. That's what I'm hoping. You're proposing he does that. Well, if you allow me, I'll advise him. Yeah. I'll give him a good advice, yeah.
Okay, Annie, for me, and even before I go, I want to, again, officially note the interaction we had initially was just an informal one. Say a very good morning to the beautiful two here, and then my party, as today we go for another critical milestone that we will be discussing further. And also to my piece, good morning in Hausa, and that's the one Mabehe that's like good morning, my you can say my neighbors, my family or something. It's a generic term from the Dagbani language. So that is what I just did. So and I hope I said me panwacho good morning, me chobia, and I see a chi. My airway is not too good.
But it's a good thing. I mean, I like it because last week there was a very interesting discussion between Okudzeto Ablakwa, Honorable Nana Kumia and Randy. Yes, that's about languages.
Diversification.
It was like folklore discussion.
Yes, very important.
Yes, a very
and I had a discussion
that we're faced
in Parliament.
Where, it was raised in Parliament. So they raised on a platform where we're told that schools are not getting teachers for our local languages. Yes, and
do you know the interesting thing? So I got one in Dagbani when I'm Hausa. So, you know, sometimes when you are even pushed to learn other languages, you do so well because you are curious and interested to learn. So you would perform. I'm for it as well.
Yeah.
It's a very important one. And I did heard you mention Honorable Fatima Abukari.
You are right.
Yes, this morning being for women. I want you to join me in celebrating this humble soul. When you look at the story of my beautiful boss, she has personally shared it with me, and I don't think it's right to share into details. But what I can say is that she is an inspiration, Annie. I know you know that. She has come from a very humble beginning. She has always been very humble, very hardworking, very, very attentive, very polite. And the most beautiful part is her relationship with her superiors. I look up to this woman. She is a very composed woman, and I think her appointment is on merits. When I saw it, I just couldn't hold it. I was like, there she is, and that is it. So I want to thank the president this morning for giving us. I know how excited all women in the MPP are, because that is her appointment. Yes, that is a clear demonstration of hard work pays, loyalty pays, reading what you are given pays. You know, she served as a deputy communications director as I am here. She takes up all platforms. She doesn't undermine any platform, be it local, be it English, be it an international, anyone she does. And I want to say, sis,
where I got the chance to work with her closely was when I was corresponding from the presidency.
Wow. Yeah, she has been Eugene Ahim's deputy as well.
Yeah, but before that was in Kufuor's days. Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was at the presidency. She worked really hard with the media.
I read her story somewhere. She didn't put it out. Her brother, I think her kid brother or her senior brother, kept it on Facebook. When I read it, I cried. Okay. But I got some solace because this was communicating to me directly. Yeah. That Rabbi, see her. She has all just like you. A woman, a this, and we share a lot of things in common. Right. So looking at that, she inspires us. And we are also doing that to others. So for me, I want to say very good morning to her, and also to your outfit, because I know you hold her in very high esteem. Right. Yeah, I know. And other women too that you do cherish and support. Keep doing that to us, because it is really helping us. And for Honorable Kojo Nkrumah, I want to say he's indeed an honorable man, because if you look at the work relationship they had, Annie, it was so beautiful. And I pray that all of us subordinates would subordinate effectively, would be willing to learn as she did. And not only being appointed, but also being able to also come one day and say, I am fulfilled because I have been able to give this, I've been given this chance, and this is what I have been able to do with it. So I say a very good morning to her. And to Honorable Howard Komson's case, like you read out, it's a very good one. It's so ladylike, because as women, violence is something that we are not for. And when you even look at our local settings or our homes, you see that, Annie, when there is trouble, they are looking for a woman. When there is tension, it's the woman they are looking for. And you know why? It's not for nothing that God has gifted us with this soft-spoken voice. It is to calm situations. It is to get people to understand that this is happening. Hey, let's stop it. Violence is not the way. And like you're right, we have seen that it is clear that her supporters or people who wore her party shirts went to do that or went to assault the journalists. That I would say yes. Let's look up to our leaders. Let's also have our leaders leading by example. Aggression or violence is not the way to go. When you look at our history, for all political parties in Ghana, especially when you want to just limit it to just NDC, NPP, Annie, on Monday, June 26, 2023, Peace FM reporter Adum Prince was attacked by some NDC thugs. 2, May 3rd, 2023, my hometown, Tamale, Dagbon Radio, we saw a communication officer, Hadi Paza, going into a studio to beat up a journalist. Wednesday, December 9th, 2020, 2 Ghana web staff, Loud Aidu Asari, head of their political desk, and Sandra, were also attacked. We can count on and on and on. Now, I am not even justifying or equalizing. I am just telling you that even UTV, we saw what our young men went to do there, where the leadership of our party had to go and apologize and say we wouldn't do that again. So what I am saying is that the more they care for us, the more they stand in for us, they should as well look at issues where or instances where they need to say, okay, violence is not the way. Because look at where we sit today. We are in 2024. we've already started our programs. We have started our plans. We have started even mentioning what we intend to do. And very soon we'll be discussing the campaign teams and all that. So Annie, it is telling you that we should have a very safe environment to be able to do what is expected of us. Coming to sit here to say an MPP did this, an MPP did this, is not the way forward. What I think is that we should all look at how we can collaborate with the media. You mentioned the issue of Farouk. It's quite a dicey one because I find it one that gives me mixed feeling. When I read the story and called one of the guys on the ground, he told me, Ajia, the way the environment was, I didn't even expect the reporter to come closer, Honorable Farouk.
And ask questions.
And I was like, yes, this is what I am thinking. Because basically, it's as basic as understanding that as a reporter or a journalist, you should look at your environment first. You should study the temperament of the person you are trying to interview. Your safety first. How can you hear chaos? How can you say it and still be insistent? Look at the environment there. Look at what's happening there. Then you still want to come and ask questions. Annie, that one, our journalists should look at that. And also when you come back to the honorable man, I would say yes, maybe Alhaji Farouk Ali Mahama. That's what I am saying. You know what? We are all human. It's wrong to slap, if indeed he did. And the video you are playing says something like that. So what I am saying that if indeed he slapped him, I think it's not the case or the way to go. But also look at it in this context, honey. I'm angry. Some, when they are angry, they don't even know what they are doing. Some lose control to an extent of not even knowing what the environment is at the moment or at that particular moment. So you would see that, not to justify what he did, but I think it's a two-way thing. You don't go to start asking people questions. Look at that. There is ballot papers on the floor. Somebody destroyed ballot papers that were supposed to have been, or which has been said to have been for Honorable Farouk. Now I am seated. My ballot papers has been destroyed. You are coming closer to ask me a question. Really? You see that? So yeah, yes, holding himself back would have been the best. Say, I don't want to talk to you. We have seen that many times in this country. Right. A journalist approaches somebody and the person says, no, I don't want to talk. So I'm just pleading on all of the leaders we have, including myself, that we should always be mindful of whom we are, of the environment we find ourselves, and if we can, always restrain from hitting people, which is not that good.
Right.
Yeah.
But okay, you want to have a bite on this one, or we should go on?
Annie, let me say good morning to the good people of Ghana. Let me also officially greet in my language. Ghana fu. Yamawen, good morning. Anopeidi, please, let me greet my people in my Fanti. When you were speaking Dagbani, I didn't say anything.
She's even doing this.
Ghana for worship. Anopeni Chiawen. Medinchia Kesipa fi Mahama, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Hona Medema Ghana fu. Dema when you now hun. Akufo Adona Binde. Wababe say Bibia. Sisi Ome Komodien. Wabe say Bibia. Enti, Mr. When I worship mo Cape Coast. When I worship mo Accra. Say ye Fantini retail ma Mr. Abeya ye kwa koto December 2024. The bombardina day. Ebotwama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ono no oba power no sisi schools. Ono no ya kwani na ehu Ghana he nyina. Hospitals are kesini nyina. It's too long. Thank you. Annie, let me go back to my English. Rabbi, behave, okay? You know this kind of distractions. I do it better than you do. When I charge here, you know it already. Yes, you know that. So behave. Annie, Farouk, abuse in any form should not be encouraged. No matter how angry you are, you have to learn how to control your anger.
He's an honorable member of parliament. To address him accordingly.
So please, yes, I'm addressing him accordingly. I've not been rude, have I?
No, you just said Farouk.
So I should say Honorable Farouk. But when
Honorable
he slaps somebody, when you are an honorable member, you have to let it reflect on you. So as an honorable member, no matter how angry you are, don't look at me like that, no matter how angry you are, you have to control your anger. See, being an honorable member is not just a name. The meaning of honorable is somebody that can control their anger, somebody that does things properly, somebody that is able to, manage affairs. In journalism, we were taught the ability to remain calm when things go wrong. So no matter your position, whether you are an MP, you are a member of parliament, you are a minister, no matter your position, you have to be able to remain calm when things go wrong. And so for his actions, it has to be condemned. He didn't do well at all. And the person who was interviewing him was a journalist. Journalists are very curious. They always want to know about issues. And so when you're angry and a journalist approaches you to ask you questions, at least be patient. Was it the journalist who poured the ballot box on the floor? He wasn't the one. And so no matter how angry you are, you don't, take it on another person. We don't do that. You don't assault a journalist. You are assaulting the journalist today. Tomorrow, will you need him to cover a story for you?
Well, that's why he's been blacked out.
So I am saying that no matter our position, no matter where we are in life, no matter how rich we become, we should be able to be a little bit tolerant and patient when things go wrong. All right? That is my take on it.
Right. So one issue that, as I said earlier, hit me last week is the death of a student in a school, one of our senior high schools, Ebri Girls. And the story has traveled for quite a while. The police is now involved. The minister spoke to it. And what disturbed me was there was a similar incident that happened last year, 2023. Also linked to almost the same issue about exits and students wanting to go home, and teacher says we won't give you exits, and so they decide to stay in the school, and then something happens to them. So let me read or give you the background. EduWatch has spoken about it. It says, EduWatch on Daily Post says, EduWatch Africa urges collaboration for student health protocols following a Ebri Girls incident. I'll read that later, but let me read this. The 2023 reports. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the Parent Teachers Association, PTA, Kwabena Amofasapong, has refuted claims that Form 3 students of the St. Monica Senior High School, Ashanti Mampong, in the Ashanti region had died because she was refused exit. Patience Amini was reported to have been denied an exit from the school by the house mistress upon request to seek medical attention. However, the Ashanti Regional PTA chairman indicated that the student did not die while in school and was not refused exit. She reported at school very sick, but the school shares a wall with Mampong Government Hospital. So when she reported sick, they gave her an exit to visit the hospital. He narrated, Please mark my words. They gave her an exit to visit the hospital or attend hospital. She was giving some medicine to come back or come and take, so she came back to school. That is a report. It's in quotes. I'm trying to capture exactly what was said. Ms. Amofasapong further explained. Thereafter, according to the Ashanti Regional PTA chairman, the student took ill again and was taken to the hospital where her unfortunate demise happened. So he earlier on gave an account that when she reported sick, they gave her some medicines at first aid or something, gave her exit to go to the hospital. I assume she didn't go, and then she took sick again, or she took ill again, and then they rushed her to the hospital where she died. That was the account. We don't know the truth till now. PTA.
The chairman?
Yes, the chairman of the PTA. Okay. Now, also, then one day she collapsed. Okay, start from here. Thereafter, according to the Ashanti Regional PTA chairman, the student took ill again and was taken to the hospital where her unfortunate demise happened. Okay, so this was not captured rightly. I think they said one day she collapsed in class and some of her colleagues decided to take her to the hospital. So the assistant headmistress followed suit and got to know that she was recovering. But then her situation became complicated and she passed on in the presence of the assistant headmistress, he intimated. So she was taken to the hospital, but I think according to report, she died in the school before being brought to the hospital. The Bui Girl story, the Criminal Investigations Department CID of the Ghana Police Service has taken over investigations to unravel the circumstances which led to the death of a 16-year-old student at the Bui Girls Senior High School in the Akwapim South municipality of the Eastern Region. Now, the first-year student of the school tragically died after allegedly being denied medical attention by the school nurse, who complained of severe stomach pains, passed away on Monday, February 5, 2024. According to the report, she was rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately was already dead by then. According to the report, she was rushed to the hospital, but the incident, which occurred under strange circumstances, has had the management of the school come under serious criticisms over what the family describes as neglect on the part of the management. Even though management and the Ghana Education Service have been tight-lipped about the incident, the Eastern Regional Minister, Seth Kwame Achampong, called for calm and promised that the CID will help briefly bring finality to all issues surrounding the incident. Speaking to journalists after the engagement with school authorities on February 9, 2024, the regional minister said, I have been given a briefing by the management of the school because of the nature of the passing of the student. It became a conversation which requires law enforcement agencies, in particular the CID of the Ghana Police Service, to come and investigate the matter for us. Now, the Ghana Education Service has its own mechanism for investigating this matter as well. And so, for us, it's premature for us to offer solutions in respect to this matter. We're here to express our condolences to the management and the students. We pray to God to strengthen the family. We are also keenly following investigations, and we will keep the sanctity of the situation. Now, let me also just let you know that the Ghana Education, the father of the parents, the students has spoken. And according to his accounts, I wanted to play the video, but maybe because of time. He said he was called, he rushed to the school in about 35 minutes. When he got to the school, the child was lying on the floor, motionless. He sat looking at the child. The mother was shouting, let's take her to the hospital. They rushed her to the hospital. The hospital said she died before being brought to the hospital. It means she probably died in the school before he was even called, when the matter obviously got serious. And then he came, took their child to the hospital, and she was reported dead. EduWatch says, EduWatch Africa, a non-government organization focused on education, is calling on the Ghana Education Service to collaborate with the Ghana Health Service in developing a case management protocol for ill students in secondary schools. Now, the NGO proposes that these protocols be integrated into indicators for supervision by school improvement and support officers, as well as the key performance indicators for school heads. This, they believe, will aid in addressing health emergencies and preventing unfortunate incidents in schools. This appeal follows the recent death of Stacey Ochre, a first-year student at the Bui Girls Senior High School on February 7, 2024. Reports suggest that the student fell ill and was denied permission to go home for treatment and remained at the school until her parents arrived to take her to the hospital, where she passed away. Mr. Kofi Asare, Executive Director of EduWatch Africa, stressed the need for Parents Association and all students to be actively involved in monitoring the health facilities in their school. He urged the GES to ensure that sick bays are adequately equipped with drugs, qualified personnel, and basic facilities under the National Health Insurance Scheme to prevent fatalities in schools. Expressing concern, Mr. Sari highlighted that this incident is not an isolated case at all if you've been following the development in secondary schools. Citing at least 4 reported deaths in secondary schools since 2017 due to refusal of the school authorities to allow 6 students to seek treatment elsewhere. He emphasized that the unique nature of Ghana's public boarding secondary education system, with 1 million students in boarding houses, making it crucial to prioritize primary health care delivery and strengthen referral systems. So the GES has extended condolences to Stacey, blah, 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 showing that an internal investigation is ongoing. Additionally, a 9-member team of counselors has been deployed to provide psychosocial support to students and staff at Ebri Girls Senior High School. And remember, when that happens, it also affects the students. A mate of mine died when I was in secondary school, and it really affected my psyche. Somehow, really affected. I don't know how. I went through about 2 weeks always thinking about the situation, and it's a difficult thing trying to separate learning from what you have experienced, right? So quite disturbing developments. If you're a parent and your child is in school, pay attention to some of these things that are happening in our schools. But before I let you speak about it, let me take a break. When I come back, we'll get into that issue.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampadu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampadu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Over 18 years in business, Appointed Time Printing Limited has delivered quality service to some of Ghana's well-known brands. With our equipment capacity, we are able to deliver 1,500 pieces of polo and t-shirts in 1 hour. This is only possible with us. For retailers and wholesalers, we offer for sale high-quality polo shirts and t-shirts in different colors at affordable prices. We have a one-stop shop for all creative designs and billboards, 3D signages, flexi banners, car branding, stickers and posters. Locate us at the old GNTC building near Swansea Shopping Arcade, Accra. Contact us on 0501 454165, 0501 454167. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Appointed Time GH. Appointed Time Printing Limited. Our printing is a...
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatment like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the healer.
What's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for internet. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
As you answer a line, ting.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Okay, you're welcome back. I'm still in the studio with Ajia Rabi and also Nanekia Avle still with me. But let me just do the quick one before I let you start talking. So, ignore. Okay. I thought I wanted to do this before we go, so let me just quickly do that. Game Park Game Limited says that if you want to be a tycoon, you want to join the game play. And as I remember, who's got the game? Mula got the power. So the Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV. 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. as well. So pick your phones and tablets and computers and also download the Game Park app on the Play Store. And it's the website is www.gameparkgames.com or dial *946# on all networks and join. Choose from the numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win as well. So join the game and make some moolah, it says. Also, Betway Cash Out says I used to call and okay, let me pick it from here so I can give you the updated version. I used to call and the big and be big, but Betway cash out is bigger. So Betway is giving you more control over every thrilling bet you place. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable cash out in Ghana on Betway without any hassle. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply, and it's not played by persons under 18. So take note, if you're under 18, be honest with yourself. Don't play. Okay, it's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, as I told you earlier, we have the Kel Kit and we have the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste that is for persons from 6 years and above, and it's made from pounded peduncle of plantain, that's a brodati, right, and mixed with charcoal as well, which has essential medicine properties and help remove toxins from the bodies, and natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces the bad breath from the mouth as well. So Kel Kit is also approved by the Food and Drugs Authority and is available on the market. Kingdom Real Estate also provides you quality but affordable housing facilities for sale. Our facilities are located at the serene environment of Ekwapim, Ekropong and Ebri with the best weather condition. 30 minutes drive from Accra and you will get the provision. It provides CCTV cameras, standby generators, and constant water supply as well. With just 70% upfront payment, you have a property, and then the rest of the 30% is spread over 2 years for you to finish it up. Located near Ebri Girls at Ekropong, right after the Latte Junction as well. And then call them on 0559 061 144 or 0555 621 611 or www.kingdomrealestate.com. on the Facebook page as well. You can visit them there. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been on the Ghanaian market for over 20 years, right? And we already know what it does for the body. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which are known to boost your energy and as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has best tested and tried, and it is indeed the best. Blue Jeans Energy Drink is for bold and active men and women, so go on and grab a cold can and power your day. It's also across shops nationwide. For bulk purchase, you contact and it's Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 190 or 055 001 000 for all the quantity that you may want to purchase. All right, let me come back to my guests. Nanikwe, I'll start with you this time on the school situation. What do you think we should do about this situation?
Okay, and before I speak about the school situation, I want to take this opportunity to condemn what the NPP are doing online. They are rubbishing our 24-hour economy. It's rather unfortunate that people who claim to be economists, people who studied in countries that were running 24 hours, are now, because of their selfish interest and political power, are now trying to condemn a very good policy like the 24-hour economy. We are saying that the 24-hour economy is a deliberate policy intervention that the NDC is bringing on board that will run a 3-hour shift. So what we will do is that when you go to work from 6 a.m. to 2, and then 2 to 10 p.m. somebody takes over 10 p.m. to the following morning. And this is a brilliant policy. A lot of the foreign countries run 24-hour economy. And so for the NPP to come and rubbish it, go online and write all sorts of things about it, it doesn't show.
Since we're talking about those deaths in schools associated with exit problem, how will the 24-hour economy situate in a school system of this nature?
Economical benefits of the 24-hour economy. All right, that's what we are talking about. And so we are talking about the manufacturing companies, the hospitality, the leisure and everything. That is what we are focusing on, the 24-hour economy.
So it's not going to affect education?
It's not. I don't think it's going to affect that children should wake up at dawn and go to school.
That is not what. If it has to apply to school, then it's not going to apply that way.
No.
If you have a child,
the linkage.
If you have a child that is sick in the middle of the night,
yes,
and for example, a school that obviously lacks a first aid, provision. 24-hour economy can actually
brilliant
help the school, because you would
good
have.
In that regard, it's absolutely beautiful. So when we are running our 24-hour economy, we are saying that there will be policies that will be backed. And so the hospitals, even though now they run 24 hours, it's not every hospital that runs a 24-hour economy. And so when there is a 24-hour economy and a child is sick, at school, at dawn, you can be sure that he or she can be transported to the hospital at that particular point in time. And so the 24-hour economy is a serious business, and we shouldn't rubbish it. Even Bawumia wants us to trust him. See, all the things Bawumia is saying he wants to do, he's learning it from the outside world. He has brought this tap and go something, trying to copy the Oyster card from abroad. Even that, we started it. It was the NDC that started that. Now you want to bring back the Ayalolo buses you rejected and come and start with your tap and go. Where are you learning that from? You are picking it from the outside world. How then that you, an economist that you claim you are, will not be able to back and talk and say good things about the 24-hour economy? See, good people of Ghana, our 24-hour economy...
Before that, Bawumia has said... Okay, I'm careful. Let me choose.
Bawumia has not said anything. He's just rubbishing the 24-hour economy.
No, in effect, he has not really, to an effect, rubbish the 24-hour.
What has he done?
Because a lot of the projects and the policies he says he has
it's just possible, and it will be done. Annie, the 24-hour economy will be done. We are saying that it's a novelty because this time around it will be backed by policy, and there will be incentives. What people are running now do not have any incentives backing it. And so that makes the difference. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who came to promise Ghanaians heaven on earth, who sat down and passed e-levy. When they were passing e-levy, they fought in parliament, they fought our MPs. They even brought a sick MP to come to parliament and come and vote for the e-levy. They cut cakes and did everything for the e-levy. It's so pathetic that this same group of people sat and listened to Bawumia tell us today that he's coming to cancel e-levy, betting tax, scrape emission tax, stabilize the city. In his next world, that is what he's saying. In his current world, in his current chapter, what is he doing? What is Bawumia doing? See, Annie, the kind of things happening in this country is sad. It's very, very pathetic. This is the time we need a change of mind and make sure he scrapes the e-levy. How is that possible? How can Bawumia tell us this? Such an insult. Then why did you sit down for it to be implemented in the first place? You sat down to implement e-levy, did everything within your power to ensure that we pay the e-levy. And because you want to be a president by hook or crook, now you are coming up with another set of lies.
I've seen some flyers going around.
That when you come...
With fake stickers on.
Yes.
So we have one that is by Joseph Yamin that says that 24-hour economy also means that buses will travel all the time. And those who are granted... The fake is covering the word, so I don't know. And other bushmeat can also stop by the roadside to sell all night to passengers. Is that something that...
Yes, so what the NPP is doing is that they pick our communicators, they do a poster and write lies under it and then circulate it around. See, we don't run a country like that, okay? So no matter how desperate... I mean, if you are desperate to retain power, it's not this kind of bogus desperation. If you are desperate to retain power, it is the good people of Ghana that will tell. Per your track record, the good people of Ghana are the ones to decide. So whether you pick our communicators and then you rubbish what they are saying and come up with all sorts of lies, I can assure the NPP it will not fly. Every single Ghanaian has seen through their lies. This time around, we will not be fooled for the second time. This gentleman called Bawumia was brought from the Bank of Ghana. We were told that he has access to everything at the Bank of Ghana. Our inflation rate, our cocoa, production, our bauxite, manganese, everything. Bawumia had access to it as a governor at the Bank of Ghana. And based on that, he was brought. Today, you have come to deceive Ghanaians. And you have the... I don't know. I just want to be kind as much as I can. But I'm very angry. Today, Bawumia is telling us he was a mate. Bawumia was a mate. Coming to even insult
He is still a mate.
He's still a mate. Bawumia is still a mate. And so because he's a mate, He's trying to tell Ghanaians he cannot use his conscience, he cannot use his brains, he cannot call the driver to order. He's watching the driver drive us into a deep ditch. He's watching the driver drive us into straight accidents, kill us, injure us, before he can think and help us. Is that what he's saying? See, the things happening in this country, and Annie, it is very, very sad. No matter how desperate we are for power, we have to think of the ordinary Ghanaian. We have to think of the people that made you realize your dream as a president. And this one goes to Akufo-Addo. The people that made him realize his dream as a president must be respected. And the people that made Bawumia realize his dream as a mate that he's talking about also must be respected. See, Bawumia cannot take Ghanaians for granted. All right? So they shouldn't go online and rubbish our 24-hour economy. It is not good for them to do that. I lived in London. When I had my second child, I was working during the day. No, I was working in the night. My husband was doing day. Because of that, I was not paying a nanny. Even in UK, how can you even afford to pay a nanny? It's very difficult unless you have it. All right? And a lot of women in this country, because we are having a closed system where they go to work in the morning and close at a particular time, now have to recruit nannies to come in, now have to pay nannies. Some of the nannies maltreat their children. Every parent's dream is to be able to look after their own child themselves. All right? So when we have a 24-hour economy with a 3-shift system, that will let somebody decide that, okay, I will do an evening shift for my husband to do a morning shift, so that whilst I am home, I take care of my kids myself, I supervise my kids myself, I'm able to cook for my family. How can you then say that this is a bad idea just because you want to be a president? Huh? What is the meaning of this, Annie? The NPP should stop that. Ghanaians have seen through their tricks. This time around, their tricks will not work on us. The youth are angry. The mates are angry. The mate Bawumia is comparing himself to. That mate in 2016 used to buy yogurt for 1 cedi. That mate in 2016 used to buy egg, that thing they call in Kosuani Meko, for 1 cedi.
You know, hold on, let them play that video for me.
Today, I hear John Mahama has a new idea that he wants a 24-hour economy. I say, I don't know where he got the idea from, but it is not a bright idea. The 24-hour economy cannot be legislated by government. Today, there are many businesses that are already open for 24 hours. Hospitals are open for 24 hours. You can buy electricity 24 hours. That's because of digitalization. You can transfer money for 24 hours. You can receive money for 24 hours. There are many chop bars that are open for 24 hours. The police is working for 24 hours. Security services are working for 24 hours. So what is this 24-hour economy that you want to bring? It is purely an issue for any business. If you feel you will make money opening 24 hours, there is no law preventing you from opening. But this is one idea that John Mahama thinks he has brought. It is a bad idea. It is an idea that has not been thought through. It is a bad idea.
Dead on arrival. So that says one of the statements that were made or was made by His Excellency the VIP on one of the campaign platforms.
So this is the gentleman that wants to be a president. Idea,
but he admits that it works in, in certain companies.
Annie, we are saying that our 24-hour economy is a novelty. That's the bottom line. It's a novelty. What we are running now doesn't have any policies backing it. Those that are doing 24 hours don't have any incentives. We are saying that when we have our 24-hour economy, we are going to beef up security. We are going to beef up the lighting system. We are bringing time of use tariffs. We are saying that there are incentives to back the 24-hour economy. And so this gentleman called His Excellency Mahmoud Bawumia cannot tell us what he's telling us. See, on the 3rd of December 2016, Mahmoud Bawumia said this: to the taxi and trotro driver who have been hit with high cost of fuel and insurance, you have the chance to vote for change. To the taxi driver who has been hit by high cost of fuel and insurance, in 2016, 3rd of December, Bawumia says they have a chance to vote for change. And now the rate at which we are buying fuel, the rate at which the same driver is buying fuel now, he thinks the driver doesn't have the right to vote for change this time. Sure, we have to have critical thinkers. We need critical thinkers and visionary leaders like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to run this country. The kind of things Bawumia has told people in this country, you'll be surprised. This is the same gentleman that some few years ago was crying all over the place about the economy. He was crying all over the place, promising us that when he comes, things will be better. You have come, you have worsened the situation for us, messed up the economy, junk status you have given us, high inflation you have given us, unemployment 14% you have given us, lending rate 40% you have given us, messed us up. You still have the temerity, the audacity. Okay. What is his motivation? Bawumia, what is his motivation?
To do what?
To come and tell us that he wants to be a president. What is motivating him?
What's motivating him to telling you he wants to be president?
Yes, after he has failed drastically. Is he not realizing that he has failed? When he plays back his previous videos, how does he feel? He should go back and play back the previous videos of all the things he said.
I think his motivation is different when you are a mate and it's different when you're a driver.
He can't tell us that. That is an insult to our intelligence.
Come close to the driver.
No. See, when I was on TV3, I compared Bawumia to an air traffic controller.
That does what?
Do you know who an air traffic controller is?
Yeah.
An air traffic controller is the one that controls the pilot.
I'm saying that why are you going to control?
Because he was brought to come and control affairs. Didn't you hear, what do you call it, Akufo-Addo saying that Bawumia is the real-time economist who can
change the phrase. Maybe by the rush of your speech, you missed it. You mean, what do you call him?
I call him an air traffic controller. And the duty of an air traffic controller is to control the pilots through the radar, through the radio. And so while the pilot is flying in the air traffic controller is telling the pilot, the weather is not good at this side, divert. There is a problem here, don't go there.
That is how he was
ensuring safe landing.
So you're saying that he was introduced as an air controller?
Yes. Okay. He was brought from the Bank of Ghana, controller. Yes, okay, to come and control the traffic, to come and control the mess, to come and rectify the matters.
Okay, he couldn't do it.
And he couldn't do it, so he shouldn't come and lie to us that he was a mate. He has never been a mate. He was in charge and life he has contributed to the failures of this country. Please.
Annie, I believe in your fairness in terms of time allocation. And then I know you were actually.
Yeah, she didn't even touch on this.
I know you were watching the time, and just like you're saying, I'll forgive her because she did mention to the viewers that she came here ill prepared. And then I want to talk to the NDC leadership that look, communication is something that is pivotal in whatever we do at this crucial moment. So if anyone says, I have been partying over the weekend, it's a legitimate one. My daughter's birthday is equally important, as she said. So don't allow such people to come and confuse viewers.
Look at that.
She said it this morning, that she came here unprepared.
And I don't know why they will bring her to come to confuse people.
She,
you got her to even say, well, anyway, that is not even my issue. I'm just having a very humble one.
She didn't respond
I'm just having,
let me tell you, as for your government, when we sleep and we wake up, we can talk about them.
We followed her submission. We were keenly listening, and we couldn't add anything to the other.
That is
from what she
said.
She even didn't touch on the matter of discussion at the moment. I believe in digression as well. There are times you digress a little, but don't forget yourself, which you did allow. So you're just saying she's not prepared.
Rabbi,
and she admitted that you did said we shouldn't do this. You said I shouldn't do this. You said I shouldn't do this. So just allow me to talk. When you were talking, I patiently sat and listened, and I even got more confused.
How can you guys rubbish our 24-hour economy?
Don't bring people like this to get us confused. Annie, starting from the main issue, it's a very sad one. Very, very sad one. And then I just say the families and even the schools. And you know, what caught my eye or what got me so down is the psychological part of it for the students and also the teachers. I can imagine how the environment looks at the moment. I can equally imagine how her siblings and even the parents are going through. Even we, those who are just allied or by association linked up to her, look at how we are all feeling. It's a very bad one. Now let's look at the nature of the story. It talks about investigation going on, so I wouldn't preempt whatever findings would have been coming. But there are some salient points that we do need to look at, because we are all parents in this country, we have our wards in school, and we are all first-hand beneficiaries of some of these practices in our schools. I heard the explanation given by the PTA chairman. You read from the
2023 incident.
The incident, not even this particular one. So you see, this one is still under investigation.
The Brigels one, the PTA and the management of the school have not spoken about it.
Yes, but all the same, Annie, I liked when you asked the question of how is this linked up to whatever, 24 whatever. Because whatever...
It's 24-hour
24-hour incompetence?
Economy.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Whatever we are doing as policy makers, or policy implementers, we should look at the end point. So what? How does it benefit the person? And today I would link what I am coming to say to what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is telling us in terms of education when he delivered his vision. And I have the document here, which is the highlight of the vision, 70 policies under 20 pillars. So he came up with 20 pillars, and then we have 70 policies. And thank God he is saying something on education, which clearly has a link with what is happening currently in our school. So that tells you the kind of leader we have. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, whom the NDC has deliberately taught their communicators to come and call a liar, is one that is with clear vision. And Ghana has seen it. And I want to commend all well-wishers and objective Ghanaians who have come out to admit that, yes, they are pushing some insults in our heads, but we have seen what they man did. I saw a young woman who told me, Rabbi, your man, I had a perception about your government. But after listening to his 73-page speech, I told myself, no, we are in business, Annie. Back to the schools issue. I think it's about lesser dialogue among PTAs, and when you say PTA, the teachers, the parents, and even the wards. Now, what the foreign countries and also the school, the international schools here or the private schools, even in Ghana, do far better than some of the state schools is the level of interaction they have among themselves, the dialogue and collaboration. I think our learning environment should be one that allows our wards to approach teachers, to be able to talk to the headmistress, to be able to say this is what it is, and to also be taught how to speak the truth. Even at home, if you have your kids, and that's why I see it as a collaborative effort, when kids start to say untrue statements, try to always draw their attention. Don't say that. If it is untrue, don't say it. Try to speak the truth. And that boils down to discipline. You see, you mentioned something that you also think sometimes some of the words come and they are like, Ubwa. You are not. Yes, signing the exit sometimes has to do with the student. You know, when we're in school, the very calm, collected, disciplined ones could get away with any crime they did because already they give that posturing of honesty and discipline. So what I am saying is that it's a sad situation that happened, but I think we should really look at the approach of the kind of grooming we give to our kids from home and from school. Teachers shouldn't be treating the kids in a sense that they would even be scared. In some instances, you even see that maybe, just maybe, I'm speculating in this regard, that the young girl couldn't approach. Or maybe, yes, it's true. She did all she could and God just ended her life in that tragic manner. But what I am finally saying is that the issue of discipline among students should also be taken serious. Teachers should have their time to listen to the kids. They should be quite friendly, even if they don't want to be extremely friendly. But they should be people that they can go closer and share their problems with.
When you have been through secondary schools, and you see how sometimes the posturing of headmistresses and headmasters is like, you're unapproachable. Sometimes they make the students scared to just come to them. It shouldn't be so. As teachers and heads of schools, you should be behaving like the police. You should be a friend. To the student. Some of the students come to school with underlying health conditions. So you already have a report on
maybe
them.
allergic to dust.
Right.
Some smell,
which I think that sometimes, even if they don't come up to you to complain,
you
check on them.
You should know.
Because you have been informed.
And I don't know what has even happened to our guidance and counseling masters and units and all that in the schools. So I think the NGOs were also proposing something of that kind. I think it's a very good one. We should have that safe space, very safe environment for teaching and learning.
No, but those systems are in place, but they are not effective.
And the attitude,
some have just fizzled out. And the attitude, we have sick bays. Didn't you have sick bay in your school?
We do.
We had sick bays.
We do, and first aid box and all that. And we even had health prefects. And I know still we do have the health prefects. So I think yes, it all boils down to attitude as well.
And I hope you don't take this as political
at all.
In today's condition,
it's ill political,
where we have people complaining about the situation in schools, that there's overcrowding, there's bad meals and things like that. You should be
quality check.
Yes,
PTA should be interested in these things. I have always said it, and I'm so glad that this issue that has happened. When you look at all the narratives, nowhere shows, or none of the narratives actually shows that it's out of overcrowding or bad meals or something. So that one is a plus, even if we want to politicize that.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
It's still
Granted. That's why I introduced the clause even. I mean, you understand? So that is granted. And that's why I initially said I don't want to preempt the findings, because I would be speculating, and I haven't been to the school. And it's only the investigation that can give us the real picture of what happened. So that is very fine. We are very happy with that. Now, when you ask Nana Akua to link it to their policy, she couldn't. I want to link up what that means to us.
And can you correct her?
In education, you spoke, we listened to you. You never listened. We weren't convinced. You couldn't do it. Annie asked you 2 times. You couldn't do it.
Excuse me.
Let me do. You said I shouldn't interject. Don't do this. Let me talk.
Lie.
Let me. You couldn't. The viewers are watching. I'm not even the judge. They are watching you.
No, they are saying to you. So go ahead. Just go ahead.
Would you have time to rebuttal? When you come and do the relation. I will do the linkage. When you come back, link it up and let's see what you have to tell us. You see, that is why I always say, look, Annie, if they had, upon selecting John Mahama for a good whole year and more, if they had a clear direction, if they were as focused and composed as we are today, by now we would have had a situation where we can hold on to a document that clearly speaks to the direction of the NDC, and not for them to just come and say it's 24 hours, day and night shift, so take it the way you want it. But that is not what we are in.
Even you can't be sure.
Sweetheart, I am saying it would have been nice that today, as we are seated, I will make reference to his, which is subject to fact check, and she would also come and make reference to what JDM said, which is also subject to fact check, and our viewers will be happy to ask further questions. That is the democracy we are looking for. Not to come and sit and say, Fanasa. Fanasa, they are watching. They will Fanasa, and December 7th, they will take a decision on you. That is not even my problem. What I am saying is the linkage here, Annie. On education, and what is here is the extract, just the highlight like I did mention. When you look at education, that's the category. Then the policy says a growth mindset curriculum to help students build critical skills such as problem solving, risk taking, opportunity spotting, and design thinking. Now, I was just telling you about the collaboration. You spoke about the friendliness. You spoke about the approach. Now, if a teacher and a student are in the process of learning, teaching and learning, and they are able to do critical thinking, Annie, what will prevent the teacher from understanding your students? If it is practically on deck, looking at critical issues, looking at how even the child reasons, their level of IQ, what they can process, what they can't process, aren't we going to have very fantastic students? Are we going to continue with the chew, pass, chew, pass, and forget? Are we going to have products in our organizations where somebody will be sitting in a position and have no clue of what they probably would have learned in school, which is now bringing them to the job? This is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is telling. Item number 2, still on education. He says, we will look at enhancing the repositioning of the education system towards STEM, robotics, artificial intelligence, vocational skills to cope with the demands of the 4th industrial revolution and job creation. You know where we are today. The world is advanced. The use of IQ, robotics. Look at our STEM schools. When they used to come here to say, show us one project, show us what you have done. Besides getting 1.2 million and over students in school, tell us what. We started pulling out the STEM model schools, and everywhere is quiet now.
But when it comes to, for example, STEM, you say you are a mate.
Yes.
STEM is already being done.
Yes.
So if you continue, is that something novel?
So the word is enhance. We are not confusing novel to what is in existence, just like she did. She said it's a novelty. You don't just use words haphazardly. The reality here is, if you did admit that yes, it's not being done with enhancement and blah blah blah, so you don't call it a novelty. I just didn't want to. You've just reminded me on that, but that even still explains her position of ill preparedness before coming to the show. Now I am telling you the word here is enhance, honey. So it's telling you whatever has been done, we are coming up to pep it up, to enhance it, to get the quality we require. And that simply tells us that it's not the case that we are saying nothing has been done. Let me move forward, Annie. She mentioned some issues. You see, on education, I would have gone on and on, but I want to look at one critical aspect that also caught my eye on the education reforms. Has to do with expansion of infrastructure at medical schools, as well as the Ghana law schools. Annie, we have always spoken about law school reforms. We have spoken about infrastructure for medical schools. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is looking at how to build these structures more, and the word here is more, enhancing it to make us more productive as a country. And we know, besides agri, besides tourism, besides transport, education is another pillar that we should always hold to our hearts. And that is exactly what he has done. So if you look at all the happenings here, if you link it up to the policy direction, it tells you that this is a man who wants power to come and work for the citizenry.
But, so if you say, having read the first point, read that again.
I said a growth mindset curriculum to help students build critical thinking skills such as problem solving, risk taking, opportunity spotting, and design thinking.
So if we are situating this
to what happened
in our situation today, is that not possible to be done today?
It can be done. You know, when you are doing implementation, like we all said about the maid.
Because if you the reason I'm asking
Annie, let me answer.
You answer. Sure. The reason I'm asking this is we're losing lives of the future.
Absolutely.
Right. So you cannot have what you describe as fantastic policies and hold them on like 1 year on before you see you want to implement
because
them.
they disrespect Ghanaians.
Annie, can you talk to the young woman?
Go ahead. Don't worry.
Annie, I like that question. Very fantastic question. What I would say in effect is that, you know, last week Laurati used an analogy. I don't want to go back there. Being a caretaker. Look, when you go back to our history of vice presidents in this country, institutional memory will serve us that His Excellency, former President John Mahama, has demonstrated to be the most frustrated vice president in our history. Ask me why. When I went through Manasseh Azuri's 4th John, you know what I read from the book, Annie? It told me that John Mahama was frustrated to an extent of drafting his resignation letter when somebody saw it and he was asked to pull it down. John Mahama is the only sitting vice president who got himself investigated by his superior. John Mahama was the only person that served as vice president and got his wife going to complain to the sitting president that her man is no more functional as a man at home.
Look at that.
Ask me why. I read it from Manasseh Azuri's book.
No.
Hello. Look.
No.
Rabbi,
No, Rabbi.
Annie.
No.
It's retracted.
Wait, hold on.
Annie.
Rabbi, hold on.
Annie.
Hold on.
Annie.
No, don't call my name.
Annie.
No,
Annie, functional doesn't mean sex.
No.
Functional doesn't mean sex.
No.
He's not giving her the love and care.
You
don't do that.
talking anyhow.
Rabbi,
please.
Okay, I hear you, Annie.
Even by your body language.
Annie.
Even by your body language. It explains exactly what you wanted.
Annie, what I say
it's
withdrawn. Okay, it's taken out. It's taken out. Oh, please stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing.
Oh, please. No. It's not your job.
It's not your job to do that. You couldn't even talk to
her to apologize.
So Annie, do you want to take Nana Ekuya? Do you want to tell Nana Ekuya when she couldn't speak to the issue, but rather calling us names? I didn't even look. It's retracted.
Speaking about issues. Look at what you're going to do.
What I want you to do is, if that's not what you meant,
Annie, that's not what I even meant.
Please,
Annie, if you did got me wrong, I am sorry. That wasn't what I meant.
Okay. What did you mean?
Stop this, please. Stop this, Nana Ekuya. Be disciplined.
No, she can't say what she said.
Nana Ekuya. If you couldn't say what you are here for, if you did told us you came ill prepared, let me say because I came here prepared.
Okay.
Don't do this.
Go ahead.
I came here prepared. I'm speaking. You can be fact checking instead of what you're doing. We are not empty, to be sincere. So what I am saying is that
I have not read.
Annie, the 4th John, please, so Annie, find it and read, and I'll bring the book. But I am sorry if I said something that you got wrong, and to our viewers, I'm sorry you got it wrong. What I intended saying is that he wasn't as sweet a husband as she wanted to see, and the book is still in existence, Annie. I read it. I am telling you to also go and look for the book and read. It's not my fault that she hasn't read it equally. And I want to remind Nana Ekuya that we come here as co-panelists and not host of the program. So she should be mute. When I am done and she has something useful to share, she will do that. Honey, moving forward, what you asked me was about him not being able to implement it now. And that's the juxtaposition I was doing. I was juxtaposing it with where John Mahama was as a vice president. Now, the Constitution of Ghana is so clear on this. The vice president is not the steering or the driver or the steering soul of the the country. He said it clearly in this speech that,
Did
look,
you also hear?
I supported my boss.
Did you also hear Mrs. Baumia? Since you're making references to
Yeah.
did you also hear Mrs. Baumia say on radio that when you are vice president, you head the economic management team?
I heard that.
So everything about the economy, you have to be responsible.
Absolutely. She did say you have to be responsible, but the final word doesn't stop with you, Annie. And that's still nice on our argument. Look, as a leader,
it's nice on your argument.
I'm coming. As a leader and a subordinate, you have the right. And he was given. And in his speech, he made it clear. I'm going to paraphrase. He told us that, look, as the mate of the car, as somebody who was helping my boss and the head of economic management team, I am proud of the work I did at the committee level. However, whatever decision and policy suggestions we brought wasn't the final say. The last word was determined by my boss.
Okay, Rabbi, what is so bad with this economy that Dr. Baumia has to distance himself?
He hasn't distanced himself from anywhere. When you look,
what's the meaning of?
Let me read this. Let me read this.
What's so bad about the economy?
Annie, this is. There is nothing. I haven't even heard him say there is something bad about the economy. And secondly, I haven't heard him.
Hold on. So why is it that?
Annie, yes. I love you this morning. Let's go on. Look, what I am saying is that this is page 3 of his speech, and the first paragraph says. He started from here. Let me start from the second paragraph. He did admission of the situation. and he's telling you, I crave your indulgence to broadly set up the context. I will first talk about the record of our government. He didn't say of Nana Addo's government. The records of our government, a government that he helped to achieve all the successes we have been talking about. And my contribution as a vice president, that has to do with drone delivery, that has to do with that beautiful policy of gold for oil, that has to do with digitalization that has gotten us to clean up to over 7,000 ghost names in our payroll, that has to do with the linkages of the SNAIT. And also, okay, say what you're going to say. That has to say that in controller today.
Do you want me to go into go for oil?
You can do that, and we can talk about that on a different, and I'm prepared for it. What I am telling you is that has to do with controller today. Nobody being able to be in their system that is a ghost. That has to do with today the tap and go we are talking about. All our transport system is going to be so smooth, the Oyster card. And who even says that picking good practices elsewhere is a bad thing? So what I am saying is that Annie, can somebody allow me to talk? What I am saying is that he hasn't disassociated himself. He has said it, and he has said his contribution as ever before laying out my vision.
So if anyone is making references to the economy, it can be actually put to or at his doorstep.
Who?
That's about me.
Oh, was he not the head of economic management team?
Okay.
So what I said earlier, like he said, there is no day we would say, and anybody would be right to say he wasn't.
Okay.
But there is always going to be a day where people will agree that yes, he was the chairman, he was part of the implementation, however, he wasn't the key person to say the final word. And that one, nobody can take that from whoever is saying it. So, Annie, what I am saying is that on the topic we are talking about...
to listen to what Nana Addo said before Dr. Bawumia was brought into the picture?
Where he was praising him as the economist, or which one?
He says in Akan, he says,
that one, Annie, it doesn't make him. You see, knowledge and wisdom is not monopolized.
So, but no, I say, he was specific. That God has put all the knowledge in the world into his head.
I would read it.
He said he helped during the redenomination exercise. He was with the Kufuor team, so he was bringing him to come and handle the economy.
For me, I
he was
understand
very
that,
specific
for me,
on the job description that he was assigning to Dr. Bawumia.
I understand that to be figurative. Yeah,
figurative.
I understand that to be as such. But what I am telling you is that, Annie, today Randy Abbey, or is it Randy Abbey? Forgive my pronunciation. Dr. Randy can say Annie is the best or is the fantastic subordinate I have. That doesn't mean he is saying no other fantastic subordinates exist on earth. He is talking about Annie, who does her work so well, who sits and mans the show just like he expects. But that still means there could be people who can step in your shoes when you are not there. So in conclusion on that, what I am saying is that, look, Annie, or you want me to still progress, I can continue. But what I am saying is that you've asked the question of, so why is he's not running away from anything? Our schools, I have linked it up to what he is thinking is. Ghanaians are happy that they heard him speak. His speech was that of vision, that of clear hope, and that sense of reassurance we have been given has actually come to validate everything. Then when you look at, I don't know why Nana Ikuya couldn't even remember that Felix Ofosu-Kwakye was talking about Wache and all that is being circulated everywhere. I don't know why she was denying that. I don't know why she chose to do that. So what I am saying is that, look, Annie, the reality is that ours is a government that is producing a succeeding president, a president that is a very humble one, that has Ghanaians
what
in the heart.
What did Felix say about the Wache?
He was talking about how many Wache joints are being productive throughout 24 hours when you go in there. Even that, I will tell you when you go to Aberdeen at this place, this place, I'm not too familiar with the areas very well.
There is some Wache.
Circle area, even Medina, 2 a.m.
There is some Wache I buy in Community 4.
What time?
It operates 24
I'm telling you,
I'm
even 2 a.m. When you go to Rabbi Mata in Tamale, when you go to Rabbi,
time you go there, the watch is
when you even go to Rabbi Mata today, Rabbi Mata is the most popular food joint. Okay, I'm advertising her. Then she's lucky this morning. You can get watching there.
Rabbi Mata, whatever. Please bring me watching today.
So we are saying yes.
But if Felix indeed said anything to that call, I mean, it is possible people are actually running Wache business 24 hours. So if anybody wants to eat Wache 24 hours, is that not possible?
It's very possible.
And Dr. Bawumia also said, he mentioned businesses that are running 24 hours already. The only thing that's missing that the NDC is saying is that it doesn't have any strong policy backing. They have mentioned taxation, how they are going to have some tax exemptions to it.
I saw the agric bit, and I was laughing in my head when they were talking about agriculture and all that.
Backing.
And I was now asking them, even the agric.
So what Felix said, what Dr. Bawumia said, they are one and the same thing.
Look, Annie.
What makes Felix's own different from Dr. Bawumia?
Say that again, Annie.
What makes what Felix said, I don't know what statement he made, but what makes his statement different from what Dr. Bawumia said?
So Dr. Bawumia is giving you very practical, pragmatic policies.
And what Felix said is not practical?
Felix, yes, you are coming with 24 hours. To what? What are you telling us about it? You can't just tell us day and night and go away with it. I haven't gotten any convincing explanation.
You are the one who have mentioned critical thinking in the education.
So, Annie, because I want you to be thinking critically, I should come and sit here and say 24 hours, day and night, and go, and expect you to consume it.
What are you saying? You are quoting people who have talked about 24 hours, the things they have said. And I'm saying that what makes what Felix said different from what's
in practical terms, like you did ask on education, and I did the clear linkage.
Don't you go and buy Wache at 2 a.m. at RGS, please?
Oh, so we are now saying, even the Wache at 2 a.m., we are coming to look at what kind of skill that goes into her production. Just like the second lady you mentioned, she has gone to do skill training for these food vendors on hygiene, on customer care, on record keeping in terms of their financial literacy. That's what we are looking at. Even granted, you want to even take the Wache seller. We are not limiting ourselves to say you are just talking for them because they know. We are looking at what goes, even digitalizing the whole process. We are looking at how you can sit and make order. Auntie Muni, can I have a delivery of 2 packs of Wache, and your phone does it and it's on your doorstep? We are talking about quality and, like I said, the training that they are giving to them, financial literacy. We are looking at a situation where even if you want to limit Ghanaians to, like a Ghanaian woman to the Wache, it shouldn't just be something that is on small scale or her production being myopic. So we are looking at how best we can advance. Well, they are just telling us day and night. Didn't you hear that, Annie? We are giving you elaboration of the policies we are giving you, Annie. And look, on agric, they tried attempting explanation on agric, and I'll tell you, the increment we did in terms of the average growth rate in agric, and I'll just quote some figures here, Annie, and I know you asked to what effect, and I'll tell you. Agric increased from an average of 2.9% between 2013 to 2016. And the NDC to the average of 6%. And even during COVID, we were still doing an average of 5%. That tells you even with COVID and all the struggle, we were still doing better. And what do we have, or how did we get there? Planting for food and jobs that they always run away from.
Who was running away from?
The NDC.
How did the planting and food and jobs?
You've not witnessed raising a debate on that and having them run away. And let me to what effect?
Since you are talking about statistics, hold on.
To what effect?
So Annie, good morning, Annie. I have educated most of MPP communicators on the 24-hour. I'm exceedingly worried that the MPP communicators have failed to woefully to educate Dr. Timothy Bawumia. That explains why Timothy keeps making mockery of himself. I'm tired of the repetitiveness. And a very simplistic explanation of the 24-hour economy can be linked to the free SHS. If you don't enroll on the free SHS, you will not benefit from free SHS. So also with the 24-hour economy, if you don't register and enroll on the 24-hour economy, you will not benefit from the tax exemption benefits and reduction in cost of electricity, among other incentives you can do 24-hour chop bars as deputy chop bars as put by Dr. Bawumia. That's absolutely different from what JDM, the NDC 24-hour economy is about. Example, if your business is not registered with the free zones, you are not going to enjoy the free zones benefits. Remember that the policy document on 24-hour economy will be brought to Parliament. Sorry for the inconvenience caused by my long message. I've read even all that. Thank you. This one, I have a 24-hour policy document that's been sent to me.
Oh, okay. We are yet to see that.
A 14-page one. It has a questions and answers. I have this policy, I think, in hard copy, but let me just read this. Alan, I've seen your document. Thank you. From Kofi Sika says that if government which fails to supply common textbook comments come to tell you that they will do anything meaningful, you know it's a lie. Mahama has stated that clearly he will bring back the PTA system, which this administration has abolished, for parents to continue to collaborate with school management and teachers in their children's wards education. He will reserve the procurement system, which is resulting in the poor and inadequate meals for our school children, and make school heads directly in charge of procurement of food as it was in the past.
Annie, I have a message for you. Somebody says I should read for you.
When I allow
he says I should mention the name. Duke says, Duke, are you
when I allow you,
Ayimedi says I should read.
Jifagunu says, good morning, Annie. Can you ask Asia to tell us who exactly investigated President Mahama? I beg, if you are to get to her and let her get to the bottom of this, your platform is an esteemed one. Who investigated Mahama? That's a question, because you made some allegations. Who investigated Mahama?
I don't have the details now.
You don't have the details, but you can
say it's not about mentioning names and leaving.
You didn't have to shout like that.
You don't have to shout like that. I don't have to mention one name just like that.
What does she mean by you can accuse somebody without details? You can accuse somebody without details. You give details.
Okay, I'm reading messages. Annie, good morning. Annie, good morning.
If you don't give details,
currently around 3 p.m. you see. Nanekia, currently around 3 p.m. you see a lot of traffic. Do you know why? Most people are rushing to the banks because they close at 4 p.m. To the DVLA this morning, and go to the DVLA this morning and see the queues of people either registering their cars or acquiring licenses because they close at 3 p.m. Mahama's 24-hour will resolve this. People will engage in productive hours at their various work. I'm paying attention to viewers. So you to listen to viewers. Okay, people will engage in productive hours at their various workplaces and later go to some institutions to access their service 24-hour. It's a game changer. Eugene Ashan said that in. Lara too says that a mother who just celebrated a daughter will rather do propaganda than talk about the welfare of children. So their policy is targeted at getting nannies out of jobs. It's a question. Okay, Baratu, good morning to you. Sampiale says that therefore, I'm so sad that you allow Rabi to quote a book written by Manasseh to go so personal at Mahama, who has authenticated the book. I remember one day, Margot cited a Japa document and you said the book has not been authenticated. And could not be quoted.
This book has been authenticated.
For the record, I made her withdraw. That's for the record. So, Papa Sampiale, I made her withdraw.
Margot was not lucky as well, so.
Good morning, Annie. Vice President and the incoming opposition leader, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is trying so hard to associate himself with something that is already in existence. Thanks to the visionary leader, incoming President John Dramani Mahama, Ismail Ahoria said that, he says that, wow. So, people are part of this. No. When you send messages, I've told you when you send messages and their personal attacks, I won't read them. Musa Batwa says that 24-hour economy is a game changer because sustainable jobs will and reduce corruption, which has become a corruption hub. The latest corruption to discover is $12 million taxpayers' money, which has been wasted through stinking Ejapa deal and AFCON fiasco, which is $3 million, were squandered by the sports ministry for 3 matches. Before this this is where I actually cut the messages. Auntie Mercy, I've seen your message. Good morning to you. We'll talk later. Annie, good morning. 24-hour economy is a game changer, and Ghanaians have embraced a policy already. So the MPP should give us a break. Alhaji from Ashaman Centers in Prince says, okay. If your message is personal attacks, I will not read them. I've told you. Japamesa. Our new minister appointed. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing well, lawyer. So, lawyer, member of parliament, says that we all know Martin Amidu mentioned that Professor Mills set up a committee to investigate the then Vice President Mahama. So he never denied it, and then he never denied it then, and can't deny it now. That is a debate maybe for another day.
Thank you, lawyer.
Good morning, Annie. The above is a funny comment on 24-hour economy. He says, laugh small. Okay, I'll play it after the show. Honorable Timothy Atabuade says that, Annie, take this scenario. One watcher seller X sells her watcher 24 hours. Two other watcher seller Y equally sells her watcher for 24 hours, but she's enrolled and registered on 24-hour economy. Watcher seller Y will benefit from the tax exemption and electricity cost reduction, while watcher seller X is not operating 24-hour. That is very clear, innovative solution on employment. So all you need to do is to enroll. If you actually want to enjoy from the 24-hour, you enroll. My time is up. Nanika.
Annie, let me quickly handle this.
My time is up. You have 30 seconds.
Annie, this is not fair.
It's fine.
Anyway, you said Mercy or something. The MP sent you. That somebody
the Mills committee, he gave the answer to.
Mahama. You have to
so
stop
when
using
somebody,
you don't use the time, there's something
and all that.
those
You said to address
when they address you like this, you cry.
We don't have time.
It's very bad. That thing is very bad. When you were doing it, you knew we didn't have time.
What is the name, please? Remind me of the name.
She doesn't even know the committee.
See, he said that a committee was formed to investigate
the Mills committee.
So if Mills committee was formed to investigate,
and he never denied
what was the report? Did they come up with a report?
He never denied.
No, we have to speak to issues and be truthful sometimes. You can't tell us
you are angry this morning, Papa. Calm down, drink some water.
And not tell us the report, the actual reports that came.
Drink water, drink water.
No, this morning, Haji has been doing personal attacks on me, and Aneka didn't prepare. Let me tell
you. You told us you weren't prepared. You came and said you didn't prepare.
I will know what to say about those bogus.
Okay.
You came to tell us you didn't prepare. We didn't ask you. You never said it under the rest.
And you're just lucky Annie gave you all the time.
Oh, look at that. She spoke for more than 40 minutes.
No, Annie, I'm not happy. Next week, I'll tell Malik that I'm coming back here with her.
And I'll come with
because she has said a lot of things that are not true, and I needed to rectify. And the time is almost up.
I'll be back shortly.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kelkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kelkits, happy smile.
All right, you're welcome back. Good morning. Happy Monday.
I know, right? See, I like the mood in here.
The mood is hot.
hot. So let's just go straight to Good Morning Ghana. I mean, as the show was going on, a lot of comments were coming through. Let's pick a few of the comments as we move on to the other ones.
We're waiting for your messages. There's a birthday wish. Abigail Kote of GT Bank Tudu branch. This is a birthday wishes to you from Nat Lai, Programs Manager of Metro TV. He's wishing you a happy birthday.
Okay, all right. My messages are in. So this one says, Issa Umar, the man called Bawumia is a liar and nothing can change that. Okay.
You still have more?
Yeah, we have more. The NDC lady is still revising her notes, and I'm expecting her to do better in her next submission. Some of this media has the agenda to shift the conversation, and the NDC should be careful. They should never allow themselves for any media to set any agenda for them. Game Boy GH, I don't know which media house he's talking about. Rabbi is trying to defend her meal. If she do mistake, she won't eat today. Okay, so John Mahama is a living embodiment of incompetent. But Bawumia's vision is the best Ghana needs. Clear vision for the future. Louis Anoche says so. Let's take a few more and then we move on to... Okay, so this NPP lady is full of concerts. She passed to stage a concert party like Baulaya, a man who kept contradicting himself. This is the economic his two known left as... Okay. This comment. But Ghanaians have already rejected Bawumia, who will be buried with pork meat because of his lies. Okay, away from that, I mean, John Mahama is trending and Bawumia is also trending. So let's pick John Mahama first, and then we pick some comments on, okay. So Ghana was beautiful under J.D. Mahama. STC with the Ayololo bus was to make transportation beautiful. God bless you, John Mahama. The hashtag 24-hour working economy. Okay, Sam Okudzeto-Ablakwa and John Dumelo will take the seat of Ghana's presidency before turning 65 years. John Mahama keeps grooming selfless young leaders for the nation. I believe John Dumelo's on though. Bring back John Mahama 2024. Bring back those who have Ghana at heart. I have seen it all in the last 15 years. I've seen development and progress, and I have seen a sharp retrogression, a complete collapsed. Okay, Peter Doe Jr. says so. The NPP in opposition criticized soul sourcing is now practicing more soul sourcing in power. Hey, NPP Cobrampa. This is why Ghanaians must vote out the NPP for them to account to us after new government led by John Mahama has taken over. Prince Henry Koforidia. Okay, so let's move on to, I think experience is the best teacher and character is key with regards to leadership. Among these candidates, John Mahama is more credible and has what it takes to change Ghana, and I will vote for him. Nati says so. I mean, Dr. Bawumia is also trending. Dr. Bawumia represents the future of this country, okay? The hashtag Ghana Next Chapter. Okay, my administration will adopt a taxpayer-friendly flat rate taxing system. That is what Dr. Bawumia is saying. And Ghana card holders applying for a regular passport will only need to present their Ghana card and pay the fee to acquire passport. I think that is good. And Nana Dr. Bawumia public workers are so much grateful. So public workers as salaries have been increased 23%. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been the most impactful vice president in our history, and he will be the most innovative and transformative president in the next 4 years. I can't wait for December 7th.
Election years, a lot of things happen.
It's going to be very, very interesting. But so these are the stories trending. Yeah.
There's a trade of maybe battle between ambassadors and PLA and the Honorable Member of Parliament for 2nd D and the new minister appointee, Andrew Japamesa. I don't know. I can't do the trading for you. But I hope that everybody will be. But someone asked a critical question, says that, so what was the final report on the so-called committee set up to investigate the former president, please? Ismaila Horoya. We're all waiting for the final report. But I think that's what we'll wrap it up today.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome to the week, and you're welcome to the week as well. And be your brother's keeper, not your brother's destroyer. Try your best to protect yourself as well, and make sure you're alive to see the next day. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Morning Ghana is brought to you by MTN.